Good morning, everyone. Welcome to client acquisition and scaling for web devs, SEOs, and marketing agencies. And happy Monday. We come here every Monday to do this in what we call Monday Mindset. Glad to see a lot of you come back every single week. We do it at 10 a.m. And this week we have a really fun topic, and we're finishing up what I've kind of mocked as a three-part series. And so let's get right to it today. Now, as always, I do like to remind that this free resource we give you every single week is sponsored by Agency Fast Track. And you can check out some of our programs and free offerings on agencyfasttrack.com. Today's quote is by none other than Mr. Russell Brunson. And he says, our job as marketers is to break people's false beliefs. To break people's false beliefs. And he is what I would consider the king of funnels. And today, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. How to actually add funnels into your business and kind of playing on that three-part series. So in week 1, 3 weeks ago, we did an entire Monday Mindset on sales. And these 3 weeks have been a little longer than our normal. And then week 2, we talked all about lead gen and leads. And finally, week 3, we're going to talk about funnels. There's a reason why I did all 3 of these back to back to back. I wanted you guys to see that building a business is more about revenue generation and less about your skills and tool sets, how to do SEO, how to build websites. That is not going to help you succeed in your business. What's going to help you succeed are sales, leads, and now we're going to talk about funnels. Now, if you happen to miss one or more in our series, just type replay in the comments or email us at support@aftxs.com and ask for the 3-part sales replays. I will give you all 3 links once we get today's posted. So why funnels? Why did I decide to talk about funnels? And I'm going to spend a great deal of time today helping you understand that funnels are not what you think they are. So first and foremost, let me go back to there we go. Why funnels? Well, number 1, using automations and sequences, which are really what funnels are, with landing pages really gives you a competitive edge. And the reason being is because most companies don't use it unless they think they are hard selling on the internet. Nothing can be further from the truth. Everyone should be using funnels. Everyone should be using automations. Everyone should be doing sequencing with landing pages. And I'm here to tell you, if you implement what you're going to learn today, you're going to have a much better closing ratio. Remember, funnels are going to act as you when you can't be there. And sometimes think about when you go to a brick and mortar store and a salesperson says, "Hi, can I help you?" And you're just not ready yet. You normally say, "No, thank you. I'm just looking. I'm just browsing." Well, in business, we tend to forget that sometimes people need to just look and just browse. That's why we have websites, but our websites are often geared towards information instead of sales funnels. So even using the techniques you're going to learn today, just to rework the content on your website, is going to lead to a much better closing ratio. Now, I had a missing link, right? When I first started selling, there were really 2 reasons why my closing ratio used to be super low. And that's normal for anyone who hasn't sold before. First, I wasn't educating my customers. If somebody were to call me 10 years ago, I'd have just told them what I had and then waited for them to say, okay. And if they didn't, damn, people are so difficult. Why do they call you if they don't want to buy anything? right? I didn't take any time to educate them. And then if they didn't buy right then, I didn't follow up at all with them. Now that brings me to something very important. What you do now determines what your business is going to look like a year, 3 years, 5 years from now. When I first started educating and following up, I did it manually because that's the only thing I knew. Today, we're going to talk about how to automate a lot of that. Remember, confused minds never buy. If a customer is not absolutely crystal clear to that path to yes, they're not going to buy from you. Well, so what did I do? Just what I said. I began educating more and following up. Those two things really jump-started my sales, my leads, my client acquisition, whatever you wanted to call it. My business blew up because I caught on to that. I have to educate them and I have to follow up. And following up is probably the one thing people hate to do, right? Oh, they said no. No, they didn't. They said not right now. And I had to grow into that. So first and foremost, educate. Educating your future customers actually helps them break any of those false beliefs they might have, helps to knock down those objections they might have, and really show them a clear path to success. And when we talk about education, think about SEO, for example. The first thing people try to do is tell them exactly how SEO works. Now, I'm not talking about giving them a masterclass in education on SEO. I'm talking about educating them to understand the benefits of SEO, the results they'll get with SEO, and the fact that it's actually something that requires very, very extensive skills, education, learning on our side. Most people have no clue what SEO is other than what they read on some internet site. Oh, you just write a bunch of fancy blogs. And back when I let customers assume those types of things, I didn't close as much. But once I started educating them, and I created a process to educate them and a process to nurture them through my SEO sales, all of a sudden, I started getting more people say yes. So in week 1, we talked about how to, stop getting no's and start getting yes. So go back and watch that and think about they need education. They need to be nurtured. They need to understand what it is you're offering them. Number 2 was follow-up. Once you've given that education, you can't just sit back and wait for them to come to you. Follow-up is critical. It's critical, right? But remember, our future customer might need time to process. They might need time to take action. But that doesn't mean they need to be left alone to their own devices. So following up might just be sending out an email a week later. Now, my follow-up is always, if they say no on my sales call, I'm say that's great. Hey, so here's some resources you could go look at, and I'll have stuff that they could go and get more education on what I'm doing. And then I'm going to say, and let's go ahead and I am really busy this month. So let's grab a time right now, next Friday or the following Friday, and let's get something on the calendar. That way, if you have any questions or if there's anything, you want to talk about, we already have that time scheduled. No, Lisa, I just want to think about it. Hey, look, I understand you want to think about it, Mr. Customer, but let's be honest. You told me you had this problem. I know I can solve this for you. So I don't want to let this drop. Months can go by, in an instant. So let's go ahead and just put something on the calendar. You can always cancel. Notice I'm pushing for that follow-up. I'm pushing for that appointment. And guess what? If they cancel, I'm going to push again and again and again. And I'm not going to stop until I get told to stop. I received an email this morning from somebody who did just that, told me, hey, we've decided to go in a different direction. Great. Glad, you found something that works. Let me know if you need us. We'll be here. Shall you ever need us? Thanks for letting me know. No big deal. No skin off my butt. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to win them all, but I won't stop until they tell me to stop. I promise you, follow-up is critical, not just in the sale, but also after they become the customer. Now, why are we telling you this? Education and follow-up, right? Because a funnel is hands down the easiest way to educate and follow up with your future customer. Now, I want you to get the word funnel out of your head if it's confusing you, and replace it with automations and sequences are the easiest way to educate and follow up with your future customer. When we create automations and sequences, i.e. a funnel, we then have a system we can employ to do the heavy lifting for us. You are in funnels. I guarantee you're in mine. You're constantly getting emails from me. You're coming to free resources. What's the end goal? Well, eventually to get you in one of our programs, because I know I can help you. But it's a funnel. Make no mistake. And that is the easiest way to land customers. Now, will I land everyone? No. And that's okay. Some people just aren't there, or they're not ready to accept what we're offering them. They're not ready to accept success and solve the problems that they have. That's okay. One day they will be. A funnel helps you continue to nurture until they are ready, right? Maybe they were just kicking their tires and they weren't ready yet. So I'm going to define a funnel for you in my words, okay? A funnel is just a series of pages, actions, and or follow-up sequences that help you create an educative sales process that works. That's what I would define as a funnel. And I quoted this because when I was building this, I had to figure out succinctly how to say this. A funnel is always associated with hard pressure, hard tactic selling. It's not. A funnel can be for many things. It could be after the sale. It could be, lead nurturing. It could be client retention. There's so many uses for a funnel. So let's talk about some of that, right? Aren't they just for sales? No. No. Think about all the things you do in your business that are repetitive. You just do them over and over. You do them all the time. Now, imagine an automated sequence. What can you do to automate? And here's a great example. For years, every time I finished a project, would send out an email to customers saying, hey, great project. Hope everything went well, or whatever I'm going to say. And at the end, I say, hi, would you mind giving us a 5-star review? And I did that manually over and over and over. Then when I got a project manager, I gave the verbiage to the project manager and said, hey, when we finish a project, could you send this out? Well, she pushed back and said, this is better coming from you. And she's right. But I didn't want to take the time to do it. And I didn't want to be the holdup. So we're in the process right now of creating an automated sequence that all I have to do in my system is tag somebody. Tag, you're it. Project finished. Send automated review request. Why is this a funnel? Well, for many reasons. Because in that automated sequence, we are going to build in, hey, your project went splendidly and everything looks fantastic. Thanks for being a great partner. Hey, just a couple things I want to follow up with you on. 1, we'd love a 5-star review, blah, blah, blah. 2, Are you in need of XYZ? Depending on a variable we're going to set in this automation on what the project was, we're going to go on to the next step. And the next step, again, this is a funnel, right? It's an automated sequence, is to try to then sell them the next thing. If we just finished their logo, we're going to try to sell them a website and or print materials. If they just finished their website, we're going to try to sell them some SEO base package. Once we finish that, we're going to try to sell them SEO monthly services. You see all the things you can think about in your business that could be automated. And I know it's scary because you think, oh yeah, we can't automate all this stuff because, there's so many variables. You can add variables in an automation and it's not very hard. The scary thing about funnels, the scary thing about these automations and sequences is planning them. And in a minute, I'm going to show you an example of something we planned and how easy it is to then execute. Remember, funnels replace people. As you scale, you don't want to keep hiring and hiring and hiring, nor do you want to overwhelm the people you have. One of our goals, the remainder of this year and all of next year, is to really add more systems and funnels that is going to make our business run automagically and take the pressure off me, take the pressure off our project manager and other people, and not have to hire new people, right? Because funnels and automations and these sequences, they literally replace manual labor. They replace manual labor, people. And that not only saves you money, it guarantees that things get done on time every time. You see, my project manager at the end of a project will assign to me, go ask for a review. I'll get that email saying I need to do that. But you know what? If I'm busy, I tend to just ignore the email and ignore the email and ignore the email. If it was an automated sequence that sent a personalized email from me, I'm not the holdup in the process, right? So funnels save us money and ensure things get done on time. And remember, time is money. So what things can we automate? What things can we add to a funnel? Everything. I am on a mission to think about every single thing we can automate, everything we can both do in our agency. And then obviously I want to start selling the same type of thing to my customers. So think about email follow-ups, upsells, cross-sells, check-ins, newsletters, reminders, anything we do over and over again. If we can find a way to automate it, we have just replaced a person, manual labor, with something that takes seconds in a system to execute. You do this enough times and you're saving yourself not only a ton of money, a ton of time, but your business, it cannot not do well, right? It has to move forward because you're getting all these things checked off, right? Lisa, aren't funnels complicated? They can be. I have seen some of the most complicated, convoluted funnels where I look at it and go, what were they thinking? The trick is keep it simple. Kiss your funnel, right? A simple funnel can be something like one landing page with a call to action to maybe set up a meeting with me or you. That's simple. And then after they set up the meeting, maybe a couple of follow-ups, right? Look at this simple but effective funnel, right? Somebody downloads a lead magnet, maybe a free book, or we put that offer in front of them, right? If they download it, yes, we go on and do these things. If they are on the page and they don't download it, oh, we're going to add a pixel. And everyone's afraid of the pixel if you've never done it before. It's super simple, super simple. So you add the pixel and then you start a retargeting campaign. So now as they traverse the internet, remember me? You forgot the free book. Remember me? Don't you want this free book? We keep retargeting them until yes, 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 I'll give you my name and email address to get your free book, right? Many of you landed here because you saw a Facebook ad, you found us some way, and at one time got an offer from us. At some point, you've given us your email address, some of you guys your text. Now, we only text on permission. We have certain things you can get text reminders for, like getting these reminders for these meetings, etc. But either way, if they download that lead magnet, that free ebook, then we just have a page that says, thanks for downloading. Hey, we know people struggle with whatever the lead magnet was. We're offering one time right now this free strategy session. Do you want it? Yes or no? Now I'm simplifying. If they say yes, they move on. Now, if they say no, I left this open because I'm trying to keep this simple. But no, you could put them back in your retargeting campaign. You can send them a series of emails that nurture them. There's so many things you can do, but I'm trying to keep it simple. If they say yes, well, then you go to a thank you page. On the thank you page, there's a form with a link to go ahead and do something. Now, typically, I like to set up something simple like, yes, they're going to have a strategy session with me. Now I go to the thank you page and I have a link. Please fill out this survey so we can use your time better and, not have to cover the basics. And then I send them to a survey, a form, maybe a Google form or whatever, that asks them questions about their business. That way I'm not spending the first 10 minutes of a call talking about their business. I already know they gave me that information. Something that simple. And then what happens? Well, they get a form that, once they fill out the form, I say, oh, we've received it. I'm confirming your appointment. Please put this on your calendar. If I've asked them to fill out something, please fill out this thing. Don't forget. You're saving your time. We want to use your time appropriately. Maybe they get email number 2 the day before. Hey, we have an appointment tomorrow. If you need to make any changes, click this link. I'll be there. Maybe email number 3. Hey, it's today. Don't forget. Now, in some cases, our software does this for us, right? If they sign up for a Zoom call, they'll get reminders if we have that built in. But maybe we want to take matters into our own hands and create that series ourselves and do it a little bit more eloquently. The hardest part to funnels is just this right here. What is it I want to do? Keep it simple. I want them to download something. Yes or no? Did they do it? No? Do this. Yes? Do this. Did they do this? Yes? Do this. No? Do something else. And remember, you could set up all the yeses first and get it running and then come back and set up the nos later. You can set up parts of your funnel, at least get a head start. I could set up this funnel right here in about 2 hours. And that includes me writing all the emails and get everything built in. 2 hours of my time after somebody downloads something from my website. Don't we think we're going to close more if we have these pieces in place that do things? Agencies miss the mark, especially small ones. I learned this. I'm still struggling with this. I'm fixing this. I'm figuring this out. And as you're going to learn tomorrow, if you don't know, if you haven't heard, we do have a webinar tomorrow. You're going to learn that I have a system now, and we are sharing that system with the community. Now, a funnel in action. You're going to see it today. You saw it last week. I had a landing page created. You click on the link to go to said landing page, and it opens up a simple page that says, register now for your training class. Every time I change and there's a different training class, I just go to that one funnel and change the link. I use the same funnel over and over and over. I built it once, it's set up. I just change the link, different Zoom link every time. And then when they click submit, it sends them to Zoom and says, okay, go ahead and get your Zoom. Why did I do twice? And maybe you went through this funnel and thought, man, I already gave you my information. Now I got to go to Zoom and do it. Dang, Lisa, why'd you make me do it twice? Because Zoom's not going to give me what I want. On the landing page, if you're not already in our database, it's adding you to our database. Then I want you to go to Zoom and then sign up for the Zoom. So this step is necessary. Now notice if I already have your email, if you're already in Skype, I tend to skip this and just send you links. Why? Because I already have your information. So now I'm trying not to be a pest. If you get a reminder, it's going to say, hey, excited to see you. Hey, here's the link again. You'll get notifications with links so you don't have to go, oh, where was that? I make sure with everything, I give you what you need. I even have text follow-ups on this sequence. So if you fill this out at the end, you can see how this works. You will get all these things will happen to you. Now, most of you already have your information, no big deal. But you will get a text even, hey, Lisa, we sent you an email with the Zoom link. If you do not get it, reply and we'll send here. See you on the webinar, Lisa with Agency Fast Track. It's a simple funnel. This took me 30 minutes, not playing, 30 minutes to set up. And what took the longest was I had to write some verbiage. I had to think about what I was going to say. This is a funnel in action. Now, we always think of funnels as like the Russell Brunson, long funnel with all the sales copy and all. Yes, those are hard. Those are complicated. But you know how you build those? One step at a time. Yes, they'll take 8 to 16 hours to build. Russell does that all day long because he's made $100 million from doing it. Funnels work, but don't just use them in sales. Use them for other things. Now, the top 3 funnel uses, I would say you can use them for automation. Replace all your manual actions that you can with automation. Sales, use landing pages to educate and break false beliefs. Maybe somebody calls you for information, says, I got to think about it. You say, I'll tell you what, give me your email address. I'll send you some material. You can go look at it. You send them a page where there's more information, helping break those false beliefs, helping educate them. And then maybe there's a call to action. Click here to schedule a follow-up call with Lisa. Boom. And follow up and close. You can use funnels to follow up and close. Again, I am constantly trying to look at things and figure out how can I automate this follow up. Now, I'll be honest, when you're running your business and doing 100 different things, this is hard to do. Come tomorrow because I'm going to explain some stuff to you. And I'm going to tell you how we are giving you everything we're doing. So there's an opportunity for you guys in our next program not to have to do all this yourself and for us to do it for you. So what do we use automations for? Well, we replace manual actions, right? Send emails or texts, confirm appointments or actions, add people to lists, tag them in some way. Maybe they're special and when we send out special emails, it only goes to them. We can also create auto sequences for very specific tasks. Like I'd mentioned before, request a review and then have reminders when the review's not done. We can send a sequence of nurturing emails. We can build a sales campaign with interactions, all with automations. And software has come a long way. Again, come tomorrow to the call. We educate for sales, right? Education on landing pages, breaking false beliefs. If you've never watched a video sales letter on a landing page, you might not know they work. But if you have watched them, it's probably the thing that made you go, I'm going to buy. Remember, on a VSL, video sales letter, specific points can be addressed. Hey, I want to tell you about something super cool. In the next 5 minutes, hang out. And I'm going to tell you how I went from 0 in my business to over $4.5 million. I bet somebody's going to keep watching that video. And then I'm going to make specific points to talk to someone and say, this is why I think you should buy my program. You can also have video and written testimonials on your page to strengthen your offer. I don't care if you're selling widgets, websites, or sales training. It doesn't matter. People love getting that type of social proof, right? And that letter, that landing page, that VSL, all should be designed to handle objections, right? We're going to create a FAQ section on every landing page we do to answer common questions. We'll build sections that deal with specific hurdles, breaking down specific false beliefs. Oh, funnels are just for XYZ. No, let me show you how I've used funnels in my day-to-day business to do this, that, or the other. See, I'm breaking down those false beliefs, and I can do that on one of those landing pages. And I can add as many videos and case studies as I want on a landing page. Remember, we're educating. We're educating. I don't see funnels as being we're trying to trick. We don't trick. We educate. We give facts. In my world, I give honest, simple, true facts, right? That's it. And those facts, that data, the testimonials, everything on those pages equates to sales. And finally, follow up and close. We said we use funnels for follow up and close. When you create follow up sequences to nurture your customers, you will close more. You will close more. When you create follow up sequences to nurture customers, you'll keep customers longer and they'll spend more money. We can use emails and SMS to gently remind or check in with people. We can send them additional resources. A newsletter technically is a follow-up sequence. Every month, if you get a newsletter from somebody, they're constantly giving you more resources. Watch this video. Go read this article. And we can send information. You know, look at this case study, what we just did for a dentist. Maybe somebody's on your list that did not sign up with you, and they see the third case study on dentists and go, oh man, I need to sign up with Lisa. Follow up works. It works to close people, it works to keep people, and it works to nurture people, right? We can close more with funnels. When we personalize and constantly touch anyone, future customer or a current customer or a past customer who might have left, we constantly touch them. It builds trust, right? That future customer, that current customer, all customers, they think, you know what, Lisa's on top of things. She's constantly reaching out to me. Remember, in many cases, it takes up to 15 touch points to close a sale. That's crazy. You can't do it. Salespeople can't do it. We live in a world now where we need automated sequences, and they're easy to do. Now, some great funnel examples. Screenshot this if you want it. I will also, and let me stop sharing for just a second. Let me copy these. And I'm going to put them in the chat as well. If you're watching this, just take a screenshot. All right, so I'm just gonna stop real quick, put these in the chat so you guys can go look at these. Okay, let's look at, and I'm gonna click on a couple of these. And I'm gonna share my whole desktop now. So when I click on these, it's gonna open up my browser for you guys. I'm sorry I didn't have this ready. Let's take a look. This is the master himself, Mr. Russell Brunson. When you go to Russell's funnel, you'll notice something always. He starts with some type of small message, a large message, and then a video sales letter, right? And he wants you to watch a video. That video is typically 3 to 5 minutes long, and it's going to really pump you up and get you to want to buy what he has to offer. He's then going to make that offer immediately to you gain credibility saying, look at all these people, gain credibility. Oh, 6 million funnels and 130,000 split tests. We know what we're talking about. We know funnels. Most people would think on this funnel, he's just trying to give you a free book and charge you $9.95. He is. But after he sells you this, he is going to try to upsell you something else. He's going to put you in his list, and you will wish you never signed up in how many emails and stuff he sends you. If you read his books, you'll realize that that's all by design. He is going to bug the heck out of you because there are many people who will take action, and the ones that get off his list, he doesn't care, right? So this funnel is built with all sorts of stuff. It's got bullet points. It's a letter. It's got pictures. It's got all sorts of social proof on here. I mean, there's just secret after secret after, oh, this is everything you're going to learn in my book. Come see other people I've helped. Come see what they've done. They're all multimillionaires. I've helped all these people. I can help you too. Honestly, it works. I am a Russell Brunson student. I've bought and read every one of his books, a couple of them 2 or 3 times. I've studied his funnels. I've studied his stuff, and I've implemented them. And I too have made a ton of money using them. It does work. But everything you do in life takes what? Action, right? Now notice I went to leave the funnel. Oh, wait, just in case. Don't forget, you can get these books elsewhere, right? But this funnel is more of the traditional sales funnel, right? More of the traditional sales funnel. And I have one too. So many of you have been to our course, Agency Fast Track X Success. Notice I have the same thing. I have a sales funnel. There's my video. Always have a video, right? And then I focus almost 100% on success. These are people, agencies who were stuck. We got unstuck. Here's all the comments. Here's all the feedback. By the way, do you want to sign up for this course? Right? But not all funnels look like that. Let's look at this. Let me show you this one first. I want to go over some points on this one. Okay. This is a great funnel, and here's why it's great, right? So if you're not in the prepper community and you don't do prepping or anything like that, you likely have never seen this funnel or any other commercials or ads, because that's who they're targeting. Basically, they target people who are squirreling away food for, the end of time. They cannot tell you what their food tastes like. So they're going to tell you over and over in the funnel, this delicious, ready to eat, right? Survival food right here. Delicious, ready to eat survival food. That's the key to this funnel. And then here's the second key. Sold out in 8 days. We have some back in stock. For now, hurry. They've been running this exact ad for years. And apparently they did sell out at one point, I guess. I don't know. Remember, anything you say should be truth. Otherwise, you can get in trouble. And then there's the video. You play the video. She talks about it. There's people who come on in the video and oh, yeah, man, this food was amazing. It tasted great. It was awesome, right? And then they keep going. Oh, here's a guy eating, the free whatever they give him. Oh, here's when it happened. Notice they don't have a date here, but yep, sale. We launched a sale. Boom, 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 sold out. So better hurry up. Better hurry up and get what we have to offer. Oh, and by the way, more videos, more testimonials, all sorts of stuff. The best way, if you're doing this type of funnel, the best way to learn is looking at tons of funnels. I actually have an entire bookmarked section that's just all other people's funnels, right? I go learn from them. I get ideas from them. Okay. But you can sell anything with a funnel. Now, this is sales, right? I'm just giving you some sales examples. Like, for instance, this is one of my favorite, 16,000 woodworking plans. Largest collection. Get them all. You can build picnic tables and chairs and benches. Oh, and all sorts of stuff. Ted Woody McGrath is going to help you. Now, there's no video on here, which is interesting. He doesn't have any video. And he goes on and talks about these are step by step. You don't have to know anything, and you can build. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give you, all different ways to consume it. I can send you CDs. I can give it to you online, whatever. Step-by-step instructions, cutting material, detailed schematics, right? Here's what always makes me laugh about this. How many people are going to build 16,000 things in their lifetime? Very little. But when you click on this and you try to figure out how much this costs, right? It's only going to cost like this amazingly, oh gosh, I'm trying to get to it, right? This is, all right, $67 one time. 67 one time. But wait, notice, look there. I went to X out of here. Wait, Lisa, wait, don't leave. Claim your discount. Get a huge discount. I'm going to give you friends and family. If you click here, I'll let you get $20 off. Now, some people would have added to cart and he never had to give them $20 off. But other people are like, yeah, oh, wait, it's 20? Okay, maybe. Then they go look again. But see, now it's gone. They can't get the $20 off. So they would have had to do it right then and there. So this particular funnel doesn't even have video. And then you can go look at the last one as well. Selling weight loss, for example, same thing. Claim your free weight loss kickstart, right? You get your free. It's the beginning of the funnel. I got your name. I got your email. Now I can start telling you what else I have, right? But first come get my freebie. This is a lead magnet. This is just a lead magnet. Claim your free thing. But remember, funnels don't have to be all that complicated. Those are the extreme detailed funnels that everyone thinks about when they think the word funnel. Those are the types of things. And I'll be honest, I've built 3 highly successful course funnels. But I have to be honest, those take a long time to build. Weeks sometimes of getting all the assets and all the right verbiage and everything you want to say. But creating what I created in the example I showed you earlier took 30 minutes. Start with the small stuff. Get the small stuff automated so every time you get minutes back, you can spend those minutes reinvesting them in automation. Running your business, lead gen and revenue. Remember, it's likely you have interacted with many, many, many funnels, okay? Now I want you, every time you interact with something, anytime you think something's automated, think about how you can creatively automate and integrate things into your business. In the beginning, I did create process. I would call them processes because I did them the same way exactly. And I followed the same sequence. But imagine now that I'm automating those sequences so I don't have to do them manually. Notice I had to do it in a staged way. I first have to figure out my processes, and then I came in and start trying to automate stuff. It can be hard. It can be overwhelming. You just start with the simplest things first, okay? Because, I mean, we use funnels and we're now starting to think about how we can create processes and then automate every single thing we can in those processes. When we do that, not only have we learned how to do that for us, spoiler alert for tomorrow, I then come in and do the same thing for businesses. And now I've created a game-changing solution for my customers as well. Now, we're talking about niches and going down niches. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, how we're automating things, selling it to businesses as software as a service. We set it, forget it. We collect money. They use the processes we built. They keep paying us forever, and we don't have to do another darn thing unless they come and want to change. And then we charge them for that change. Then they use it and use it and use it, and they pay us, right? So there's a little hint, little spoiler. If you happen to be watching this replay, tomorrow won't be the live webinar. Ask for the replay. No big deal. Just send something to me and say, I want the replay of that webinar you did right after the funnel course. Okay, so that brings me to the end. You now see the value of funnels. In these Monday Mindsets, I can't do deep dives into stuff, but if you're interested in learning funnels, learning automations, learning sequences, learning how to grow and scale without having to add tons of people, okay, we've figured that out. and we are implementing that on a regular basis. We have created something called an agency revenue system. This program you're going to see, and we're going to show you tomorrow, we're going to talk about it and go through everything. It teaches funnels, it teaches automations, it teaches sequences, it teaches sales, it teaches lead gen. It is literally the missing link in the agency fast track platform. X success changes your mind and gets you started in your business. 10X gives you every process known to man that we have, but there was something missing in the middle, and we have finally built that and have it ready for you. It's called Agency Revenue System. This is a game changer, and we're kind of going to teach everything, but we're also going to give you, when you guys join the program, we're going to give you your own agency revenue system, meaning we've already set up the funnels and the processes. No, we teach you how to see them and learn them and read them and even tweak them or do what you want with them. But at the end of the day, if you want set it and forget it automation in your agency, we're going to hand that to you. Now, either way, tomorrow we're going to do a 90-minute master class on why this is important, how it can change your business, and we're going to give you a little bit of insight into what our founders group. So we had 38 people that have already gone through our system, learned our system. We use them as, maybe our testers, our betas, and they helped us tweak not only our own processes, but the system that we give to you guys. And frankly, they're getting crazy, stupid results that really blow any other program we've ever had out of the water. So do register for that class. It's tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Central Time. That's August 2nd, 2022. So if you're watching this video and that's in the past, reach out to us. We will send you the replay. Okay. And if you miss it, if you can't, sign up anyway, because then the replay will be automatically sent to you. Okay. So just in case you missed the link, https://aftrs dot, not www, but aftrs dot agencyfasttrack.com/register. When you do so, you're going to be going through that funnel I showed you earlier where you're asked to join the Zoom meeting. We get you in the system. You guys are already in the system, but I did want you to see that, that process. You will get an SMS message, etc. You can opt out if you don't want to keep getting messages from us. Remember, guys, in your business, only you can stop the madness, right? I had to learn in my business. That's how I was able to scale. I had to learn that I had to stop doing the things that were unimportant. Believe it or not, those are the things that most people do. I was trying to become an SEO expert. I was taking courses and trying to learn all that. I was a web design expert, but I was trying to keep up with all the technology and tools. I stopped doing all that. And I only now focus on building revenue. When you do that, sure, you'll miss some of the tools and technology, but guess what? We still get to play. Like now I'm playing with all this lead gen funnel stuff and it's fun. Eventually, I'll probably have someone take my place doing that too. But for right now, I always learn anything I'm going to teach. And because I'm teaching all this stuff to you. So lead gen plus sales plus funnels equal success, right? Lead gen plus sales plus funnels equal success. This is really probably the future, and anyone who doesn't jump on and start automating is going to be left behind. Now, this is the same quote I've had all 3 weeks for a reason. You have to decide to succeed. You have to come to the training every week when we do Monday Mindset, tomorrow when we do the webinar. And then if it resonates with you, you have to design to get involved in our program, right? You are only one decision away from a totally different life. I can reach back in history and see and know and tell you the decisions I made. I see them in my head, very succinct decisions I made. I once went to a mastermind. I paid $5,000 to go to a 4-day event. No take home, no course, no program, a mastermind, $5,000. It's one of the best things I ever did in my business. And it was a pivotal point in my business. Right? And not all of my pivot points, right? All my decisions cost money. But every decision you make can totally change your life. Now, I want you guys to decide to succeed. please register for the free training session tomorrow, August 2nd, 2 p.m. Central Time. The registration link is right there on the screen. And I am going to put it in the chat before we close the call. And we did have one question. John asked, do we just change the niche? John, we'll talk all about that tomorrow on the call. I don't want to get into it on this call, but we have several niches that we are building out for you guys. And so there's your little hint and teaser that yes, in the program, we handle all the automations and funnel building, but I'll explain everything tomorrow. Please come. Okay, that's it for today. I do try to keep these at least under an hour. Most days they're 20, 30 minutes, but this last 3 weeks was a special series for you guys, ramping up to our new program. We already have a waiting list. We know we're going to fill it up. So come tomorrow and see what it's all about. If it's not right for you, you're still going to walk away with a lot of nuggets, a lot of information, and really some actionable tips for your business. Remember, guys, when you want to change your business, you have to change your mindset first. You have to become a different person than you are today. Join us every single week. I hope to see you back here next week at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have an amazing, productive, and prosperous week, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow on the webinar.